Well, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Take Five. And sorry about yesterday, I overslept. But we're in Exodus 32. We're going to do verses 21 through 30. Just going to take 10 verses. And I'm going to tell you the stuff we're reading today is it's pretty tough. You know, when you think about God, you think about grace and mercy and kindness. But, you know, there's a side to God that's very holy. He's very holy. And we're going to see that today. Now, remember last time Moses came down the mountain and the people were worshiping a golden calf, and he had that calf ground up into powder, and he mixed it with the water and he made them drink it. All right. Now we're in verse 21. He said to Aaron, "What did these people do to you that you led them into such great sin?" Now I just stopped right there. That's something we don't talk about much nowadays is sin. You know, we don't, but that's exactly what it is. And a lot of us have sin. And you know what sin is. And uh, God hates sin. All right. We need to know that. Verse 22, "Do not be angry, my lord," Aaron answered. "You know how prone these people are to evil. They said to me, 'Make us gods who will go before us.' As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what's happened to him." So I told them, 'Whoever has any gold jewelry, take it off.' Then they gave me the gold, and I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf." All right, now, you've heard of some tall tales, right? Aaron's trying to say, hey, they said they made me do it. You know, they said, you got to make us a god. And then I took all their gold, threw it in the fire, and just out came this calf. Okay. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, but verse 25, "Moses saw that the people were running wild and that Aaron had let them get out of control and so become a laughing stock to their enemies." And I can't help but think when I read that verse that America's kind of become that way. You know, you're young and maybe you don't remember. We used to be considered a great country, a powerful country, and we still are to some degree, but we're going the wrong direction, and it's because people are running wild and our leaders are letting us get out of control. All right, verse 26, Moses, so he stood at the entrance to the camp and said, "Whoever is for the Lord, come to me." And all the Levites rallied to him. That was one of the 12 tribes of Israel. So the Levites came. Now this is going to be tough, but we're going to read it. Verse 27, "Then he said to them, 'This is what the Lord, the God of Israel says. Each man strap a sword to his side. Go back and forth through the camp from one end to the other, each killing his brother and friend and neighbor.' The Levites did as Moses commanded, and that day about 3,000 of the people died. Then Moses said, 'You have been set apart to the Lord today, for you were against your own sons and brothers, and he has blessed you this day.' The next day Moses said to the people, 'You have committed a great sin, but now I will go up to the Lord. Perhaps I can make atonement for your sin.'" And we're going to stop there. But you see the Levites, and from this point on, the Levites would be the priests of Israel. Moses told the Levites, "You go kill. Just start killing your brother and sister and their neighbor. Kill them all." And they killed 3,000 people. They slaughtered 3,000 people. And God hates sin, and he especially hates idolatry, and he wants you to see that. And it cost people their lives. So you just got to wrestle with that. I almost said your name there. I know you don't want me to. You got to really wrestle with that in your brain and understand, not everything is all sweet and gooey and, all that. There's a side of God where he really hates sin, and we see it right here. Okay, and you're going to see it in a lot of other places too. Actually, we saw it before this because he destroyed, look how many Egyptians he destroyed with the plague, all their firstborn, right? And then he wiped out their army and all their horses and everything. So God will kill when he needs to. Hey, I love you. I know we went over today, but come back tomorrow for the next edition. Actually, we didn't go over hardly at all. Next edition of Take 5.